Okay, so how to get a job at a startup? I mean, this is like a much bigger question, but I think having gone through the recruitment process and kind of having like navigated it on my own and with little guidance, I learned a fair amount about how it works, and it's again like pretty different to what you'll face at recruiting for a corporate or for a bank, for a consulting firm. I think number one, the first most important thing is to define as precisely as possible what you want from the role and like what you would want to do after. I don't say like plan to leave, but have some sort of like broader career vision. It's really important. So you're not just sort of floating randomly into a startup for no reason. Second, okay, then you've got to create a list of companies you want to join. The way you should do that is you think about the areas that interest you, because there are literally I want to say 1,000 plus startups. There might be exaggeration, but there are a lot, and it's really hard to navigate. So you've got to understand like the areas that interest you. Maybe it's music, maybe it's software, maybe it's semiconductors, whatever it is. Think critically about that space or those spaces, and really like develop opinions about like where you think those spaces are going. Then you're going to reach out to these various companies that you've identified, and this is where things get really different to like a bank or whatever. So you need to, the way that you're going to differentiate yourself in these communications is focusing on number one, why you're passionate about the space, and you can show that through this critical thinking that I was telling you about, offering sort of insights into where the space is going. Second, you should include as many like insights and ideas for the business you're applying to as possible. So make sure you understand exactly what they're doing, and come up with a list of ideas of where they can improve their business. Everyone is always at a startup like so focused on execution of whatever it is they're doing that they don't get as much time to kind of sort of step up and take a look at all the other plethora of directions they could be taking the business, and these insights and ideas can be really valuable. And then thirdly, I mean, more commonly, focus on what you can bring to the table, and if that means defining like a very specific new role for the company, that's totally valid, because by definition, when a company is in such an early stage, is there are roles that the company could use that haven't been defined yet.